back to a brand new video. So today what we're going to do, we're going to be hopping about Blackpool a little bit, because there's a few places I want to sort of take you today. But we're just starting off near the south side, just near the pleasure beach, and before we get into the video, you can just see that like a little, I know it's like a little trawler or something, just in the distance. It's probably out over 1,500 metres just off the shoreline. And I'll see if I can grab a picture and put it in. But yeah, it looks like a little trawler, just sort of ferrying along the coast. So Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and so it is out of scenes at the moment. However, they've got a huge recruitment going on. So I'll pop the link in the description, and it looks like they're looking for hundreds and hundreds of staff. So I was going to have a very brief walk past. So like I said, they are recruiting hundreds of staff, and this sort of ranges, you know, from chefs to dancers to plumbers to engineers, all sorts of staff. And you know, if you're lucky enough to you know, to grab yourself a position, there's all sorts of perks which come with the job, which, you know, range from a free season pass, free tickets for friends and family, discounts, you know, across many other areas. And they are holding a recruitment day. So the recruitment day, I'll pop everything in the description, but apparently it's being held at WG Beans Coffee Shop, 66 Balmoral Road. And I'll pop all the information in, the dates and the times. You can go along, but like I said, you know, if you do want a bit of a season job at the pleasure beach, and you know, all the perks that go with it, certainly have a look in the description, and everything will be in there. So as the title says, you know, can Blackpool survive on 20 million visitors each year to the small town of Blackpool? Can it survive? So this question has been asked a lot of times, and there's such fantastic attractions in Blackpool. For example, you know, right next to the pleasure beach, you've got the pleasure beach, you've got Blackpool Tower, you know, you got Blackpool Zoo, the Showtown, you got all sorts of attractions, as well as all the different events, you know, like Britain's Got Talent, we've got the firework displays, we've got, you know, the aeroplanes, we've got all sorts of things, the Opera House, the Winter House, the Comedy Carpet, Martin Mere, you know, everything. The list is just endless, absolutely endless. But can they survive? That is the question. And what I've come with, my personal opinion, is, you know, the cafes and the attractions, you know, they're getting the money in, they're surviving, they're doing a fantastic job, they're keeping their heads above water. But spare a thought to all the hoteliers, the guest houses, and the bed and breakfasts. So, you know, as we move on towards the water park, another fantastic attraction, you know, people's habits have changed, you know, spending have changed. People go abroad now. I've said many times in my comments, and a lot of people have also said the same. People can go abroad and have the sunshine for £200-300 per person. And before that, places like Blackpool, there was heaving. People didn't go abroad, and habits have changed. You know, we've got online shopping. That has closed a lot of hotels and a lot of shops down. So what becomes of these empty shops? Because there's no point in starting a new business, and then it just goes down again because people are spending online. People aren't coming to places like Blackpool and staying for weeks on end like they used to. So, you know, the question, you know, the question is, what happens to these shops? What happens to these guest houses and bed and breakfasts? You know, Blackpool is an iconic place. It certainly gets the numbers in, as I've mentioned, with all the events and everything what it holds. It's adapting. It is trying to adapt. You know, take for example the police station and the courts. They're coming down. They're being demolished. If you haven't seen them videos, they're on the channel. It's horrible. It's an ugly place. It's full of concrete. It's disgusting. They're coming down. Hopefully there's a leisure centre being built there. But again, all these attractions, you're getting the visitors in. However, spare a thought for all these hotels, the guest houses, the shops. What is the answer? His habits change. Like I said, online shopping is getting bigger and bigger. You can get something for half price and delivered to your door. So what is the alternative? What's going to become of these shops and hotels in Blackpool, and not just Blackpool, in all over the UK? So, just bear that in mind for a few minutes, and think of something what could help places like this. As we just walk past the Velvet Coaster, another fantastic place, huge place, great restaurant, great food, right next to the pier, right next to the pleasure beach, and this gets absolutely packed in the summer. So like I said, they've got the numbers, Blackpool's got the numbers, but what's going to become of all the guest houses in these shops? That's the main question, that's the $1 million question. So I just have a very small walk, just down the promenade again on the south side. But why do people come to Blackpool? Why do people come to Blackpool? What do they come for? It's because they come for the attractions, the events, and the friendliness of people in Blackpool. Every area I've been, and I've filmed different areas. Look at the videos on the channel. Every area is suffering. People are so quick in saying, oh yeah, it's Blackpool, it's Blackpool. No, it's not. Just have a look. It's every area, what needs to change. So right opposite is one of my favourite little hotels, and it's the Sands Hotel. Just look at the character of that building. I mean, you can't tell me that isn't stunning. The little balconies. There's 2 little balconies there, and just everything. The wooden architecture is just amazing. But 60, 70 years ago, these hotels would have been rammed. They've been turning people away. They've had to book, weeks and weeks and weeks in advance. And just now look at it. It's really, really sad and heartbreaking. Things have come to this. I mean, what's the plans? What can they do? What can the council do? I mean, can they come up with a solution? Can they, go to these hotels and, these big places like Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Blackpool Tower, and say to them, look, if you stay at, my hotel, we can offer you a 20% discount, to get into the tower. We'll offer you a 20% discount on wristbands to get into the Pleasure Beach. Will that attract people in? It's just a thought, Can they work together? Can they come up with some idea? If I saw a hotel and said, if I was going on an event and I saw a hotel and said 20-30% off a wristband, or 20% off for an event if you stay at our hotel for a night, I think you'll be snapping. You'll be thinking, well, I'll save like £10-15 on that. It benefits me. I'll do it. I'm laughing both ways. And at the end of the day, the Pleasure Beach and the Tower, another events, Madame Tussauds, all these, they'll be still getting people in. They might be losing 20%, but they'll be getting people in. That's the thing, and then people will be staying overnight, a weekend, possibly a week. That's just one solution, There's many that certainly need to put their heads together and come up with plans. Like I said, the cafes, everything is thriving in Blackpool, but I think it's just the hotels, what are suffering. And then you look at the shops, what can they do? Like I said, you can open a business up, and let's just move the camera. I think someone's just trying to park, but the shops, you could have a brand spanking new shop. You could sell anything you want, but people find it online cheaper because you got overhead, you got staff wages, you got rates, you got all sorts. So what's going to happen to the rows and rows of wonderful shops what Blackpool has? Highfield Road, Waterloo Road, just to name a couple. Bond Street, Bolton Street. 60, 70 years ago, every shop was open, and they was making a nice little profit. They was paying their taxes, and they was happy. But now everything's closed down. So what's going to happen to these rows and rows of shops? You can't blame, you can't point the finger at certain things, things change, times change, technology changes. So, you know, what is the answer? You know, can Blackpool survive? You know, just on that 20 million visitors a year. That's the big thing. You know, there's certain industries who are benefiting, and there's others, you know, are getting left behind. What is the solution? So these are the courthouse and the police station I was telling you about early on in the video, and this is all due to like get demolished. Work has started. I think they're just building like the fencing, or they built the fencing around, securing the perimeter. But again, you know, one ugly, horrible, dirty, disgusting buildings these are. And the quicker they get down, the better. And like I said, you know, a fantastic new leisure centre is hopefully going to be built here. So again, you know, Blackpool is on the rise. It is changing, and things are looking better. You just see the tower just on the right hand side of the picture. But you know what a lovely place this is going to be. Once this is gone, a brand new leisure centre hopefully is going to be built. That's certainly going to draw people in, and hopefully, you know, get people staying that little longer. You know, maybe just for a weekend or a week even. You know, just something like that. It just needs to change. And like I said, Blackpool is changing. Despite it's lost its way in recent times, things are certainly looking up. And like I said, this is just on the old Bonny Street police station and car park. So I just very briefly popped over to Stanley Park, because there's a lot of people possibly been going on the ice, and it's very, very dangerous. And you know, you might think the ice is quite thick, and it is all melting now, to be fair. And it was actually we did pop up yesterday. It's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick. And there's been quite a few warnings, because it is very, very dangerous. So certainly do not go on the ice in Stanley Park. Like I said, quite a lot of it is melted now. And you can just see there's like a section. Like I said, we did film this yesterday. There's a bit of a section, and you see all the ducks and the swans and all sorts are sort of congregating. It's certainly an amazing sight. And you can, like I said, you can just see them all. Look at that, they're all enjoying a bit of sun. And they're certainly sort of, like I say, sort of gathered where the ice is broke. And what an amazing sight nature is. Just look at that. So I'm not going to get too close. But yeah, what an amazing sight. And this is just at Stanley Park. Another fantastic place. If you do visit, certainly visit Stanley Park. So many thanks for watching. Like I said, you know, is 20 million visitors enough to keep Blackpool afloat? Does it need to adapt more? And what would you suggest for the hotels? Would you suggest some sort of scheme, something like that? What would you suggest for the shops? Let me know in the comments. I will try to get back to each and every one. And until next time, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button to keep up to date with all the latest videos. And until next time, take care, and it is a bye from me. Bye bye.